First, welcome to our deep dive on U-Visa travel. In this video, we will unpack the legal rules that permit certain travel, then contrast them with the serious real-world risks that make many attorneys advise against it. We'll move from legal requirements to practical checklists to risk analysis and finish with actionable takeaways and a quiz to test your understanding. Next, here's our roadmap. We will start with the legal framework for maintaining continuous physical presence. Then, we'll review the visa stamp requirement that is absolutely non-negotiable. After that, we'll compare what the law permits with how things actually play out at the border and in safety contexts. We'll give you a practical pre-travel checklist, explain re-entry scrutiny, visualize a 3-year timeline with example trips, provide a disclaimer, and wrap with key takeaways and a short quiz. Now, why does this matter? For you non-immigrant status holders, a green card requires 3 years of continuous physical presence. While the law permits travel with strict limits, practical realities, like admissibility checks and safety risks, can turn a short trip into a major setback. Understanding both the rules and the risks helps you make an informed, high-stakes decision. Before we proceed, an important disclaimer. This content is educational and not legal advice. Immigration rules and agency practices can change quickly, and individual facts are crucial. Border decisions are discretionary. Always consult a qualified immigration attorney about your specific situation before considering travel. Moving into the legal framework. To keep the 3-year continuous physical presence required for adjustment, you must not take any single trip longer than 90 days, and your total time outside the U.S. must not exceed 180 days across the 3-year period. If you comply with these limits, a short trip, such as around 15 days, generally does not break your continuous presence. However, the law's permission is not enough by itself. Your visa document must allow re-entry. Without proper authorization to return, you risk being unable to come back and could undermine your future adjustment. Next, before any travel, verify your visa stamp. It must show an M under entries, indicating multiple entries. If the visa is single entry, leaving could invalidate your ability to return. Also confirm your visa validity dates and passport expiration, and check destination country entry rules to avoid being stranded. Carry copies of relevant approval notices or proof of use status when you travel. This verification is a non-negotiable first step. Continuing with a crucial contrast, the law sets clear numerical limits that allow certain travel without breaking continuous presence. However, reality adds serious risks. Every return to the U.S. triggers a new admissibility check. Changing policies can complicate outcomes overnight. For crime victims, U.S. jurisdiction offers layers of safety and support that do not follow you abroad, increasing vulnerability. Even minor or historical issues may cause delays or denial at the border. This is the gap between legal permission and practical risk. Meanwhile, if you still intend to travel, follow a strict checklist. First, verify that your U-Visa stamp shows M for multiple entries and that both the visa and your passport will be valid throughout your trip. Consult your attorney about your specific facts. Assemble copies of I-797 approvals and proof of your U status. Carry proof of ties to the United States, such as a lease, employment letter, or bills to demonstrate ongoing residence. Keep your itinerary short and clearly justified. Check entry rules and safety conditions for your destination. Create an emergency contact plan and share your schedule. Keep precise records of exit and entry dates and retain boarding passes. On your return, expect admissibility questions and possible secondary inspection. Be prepared to answer calmly and completely. Next, let's address re-entry. Every time you return to the United States, the government conducts a new admissibility check. Having you non-immigrant status does not guarantee re-entry. Officers can review your background, immigration history, and current policies. Secondary inspection is common. Delays or even denial are possible, despite your compliance with the 90-day and 180-day limits. Additionally, because U status is linked to crime victimization and cooperation with law enforcement, leaving U.S. jurisdiction may increase personal safety risks. Now let's visualize a compliant 3-year period. The timeline shows continuous presence with 3 short trips, one of 15 days in year 1, one of 20 days in year 2, and one of 25 days in year 3. Each of these falls below the 90-day single trip limit, and the combined total remains below 180 days. At each yearly checkpoint, presence is maintained. This diagram emphasizes the two controlling rules: no single trip longer than 90 days, and a total time abroad no greater than 180 days across all trips. Continuing with concrete examples, this table compares 4 scenarios. Scenario A features a 15-day trip with a total of 60 days abroad and a multiple entry visa. This is generally compliant. Scenario B has a single 95-day trip, which likely breaks continuity because the single trip exceeds 90 days. Scenario C stays under 90 days per trip, but totals 190 days abroad, likely breaking continuity by exceeding the 180-day aggregate limit. Scenario D is just a 10-day trip, but with a single entry visa. Exiting could invalidate the visa and present severe re-entry risks, even though the trip length is short. For our first quiz, which situation most likely maintains continuous physical presence? Option A is one 95-day trip with a multiple entry visa. Option B is 3 trips of 30, 40, and 50 days, totaling 120 days with a multiple entry visa. Option C totals 185 days abroad across multiple short trips. Option D is a 10-day trip with a single entry visa. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is B. Each individual trip remains below 90 days, and the total time abroad equals 120 days, which is within the 180-day aggregate limit. Options A and C violate the single trip and total limits, respectively. Option D has a short trip but uses a single entry visa, which risks invalidation upon exit. For our second quiz, what must the U visa holder confirm in the passport visa stamp before traveling? Option A is the page number of the visa. Option B is that entries shows M for multiple entries. Option C is the color of the stamp ink. Option D is that entries shows S for single entry. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is B. You must confirm that the entries field shows M for multiple entries. Without that, departing the United States can invalidate your ability to return even if your trip length is within legal limits. Now, a reality check. Even perfect compliance with day limits does not guarantee re-entry. Policies and practices may shift while you are abroad. For crime victims, leaving U.S. jurisdiction can increase exposure to threats. The core question becomes whether the purpose of your trip is worth the inherent risks to your immigration future and personal safety. For many, the most prudent path is to minimize or avoid international travel until permanent residency is secured. Summing up the essentials. First, respect the legal limits. No single trip beyond 90 days and a total time abroad not exceeding 180 days. Second, confirm that your visa shows M for multiple entries. Third, remember that every return involves a new admissibility check. Fourth, consider the elevated safety risks for crime victims outside U.S. protections. Finally, the most conservative and often recommended approach is to avoid non-essential international travel until permanent residence is achieved. In conclusion, travel during U status can be legally possible under strict limits, but practical and safety risks persist. For many, the safer choice is to delay non-essential trips until permanent residence is obtained. If you must travel, follow the checklist, keep documentation organized, and consult an experienced immigration attorney to evaluate your specific risks. Finally, thank you for watching. If this video helped you think through your U visa travel decision, please like, share, and subscribe for more clear immigration guides. In the comments, share whether you plan to wait to travel or consider your trip essential, and what questions you still have so we can address them in future videos.